Hello everybody, and welcome to the stream. So today's a bit of a short one because I have a few things to do a bit later, but I decided I'm actually going to try to do an interception with the MiG-19. So I've already tried some of the things for it yesterday, and I'm gonna see if I can. There's an instant action mission that comes with the MiG-19P, and it's called Interception. So the whole scenario is a B-52 crossed the bomber from Turkey into the Caucasus Mountains, into the Georgian SSR, and we are supposed to, of course, intercept it and make sure basically either it turns back or we shoot it down. Let's see. So we're going to go for an instant action, and we're going to go for a high altitude air intercept. I might actually want to change the loadout on this because I had a bit too little fuel last time. But let's see what's going to happen. Well, I have the MiG-29 because I like the MiG-29 as a background in DCS. I wish it was a full fidelity module, to be honest. I think it's a very capable fighter for its time at least, and I've kind of grown up with Cold War fighters around, so I think that's actually quite nice. And also the design is pretty good. I think this is the MiG-29S that I have here. Yeah, it is the MiG-29S. It's a simple flight model, and of course the objective of this mission is to drive away the cow thieves because they've come across the border, and us, like any good farmer pilot, we have to drive them away. The cow thief in question now being the B-52 Stratofortress. I think that was its code name. Well, or the Buff, as it used to be called. So we're going to be flying the MiG-19P. I think the loadout is 2 heat-seeking missiles, so 2 ATOLs. But again, I would love to have you all as my backseat pilots because, after all, we're doing this for fun. I think we are almost ready to proceed. It's just I'm waiting for this to load. As you can see, we're in the loading screen. We are going to take off on full afterburner and use the ground control interception. The radio frequencies have already been pre-programmed into the plane, so that's what we are actually getting to. Again, I would like to offer a shout out to the Grim Reapers. One of my favorite, actually, content creators for DCS, and I would like to, thank them for doing what they do. They kind of inspired me to join in the trend. I know, not the most original thing to do, but it is what it is. So also, I think his name is Ontistatic. It's somebody actually I also follow on Twitch, and let's give him an shout out to Onti. Thank you again, also you as well. He's also a member of the Grim Reapers, but he produces some pretty good content as well. But yeah. We're still waiting for this to load. It's gonna take a while. We're gonna actually have to do a quick startup, no ground power. We're gonna start the plane completely with the batteries. It is possible in the MiG-19 to start without the ground power. So, I mean, it is an interceptor, so of course sometimes you don't really have the time to, connect the ground power and do all of that. And hello viewer, how's it going? And there we go. I think we are loaded and I think we are all ready to go. So let's see what's going to happen. Are we going to get that MiG-19 or not? So here's our mission data. So there's a B-52 bomber flying from Turkey over the Black Sea towards our national territory. You are to start your jet, take off and intercept the incoming threat. Intercept and destroy the enemy bomber. We are at the Krimsk airport, so it's on channel 1. The ground interception controller is on channel 1, and the Krimsk airport is on channel 2. So that's what we know. And we are flight group Alpha, so okay, here's the thing opening. Let's quickly actually install some fuel tanks just in case. And let's get going. So we're going to activate engine cutoff valves on this side. If I remember, I need to remember the exact order. Emergency arc radio, tuk tuk tuk. I'm gonna connect the generators. Fuel tanks up. Oxygen system. And this is basically scramble, scramble, scramble situation. And we're going to set our oxygen system. We're going to close the canopy. The engine starter is activated, so it is now active. I'm going to put on the first throttle to idle, and we're going to request startup from wrong ATC. We're going to open the engine cover quickly and let's see if we can make it to intercept that. Okay, there we go, the engine's powering up. I'm going to set the radar to standby mode to already warm it up for when we get in the air. I'm going to fire up the gun sight system, radar power, the cannons, and the cockpit gun camera systems. The generator is already connected. Apparently this system is actually not working, the ADF automatic tuning. Let's align the GI key radio navigation. Okay, we're waiting for 4000 RPM, that's when the engine will... I'm gonna set these to takeoff position, the flaps. Sorry, I keep saying these, but... And this is the antenna tilt, we're not gonna be touching that. Okay, engine stabilized, we're gonna set the other throttle to idle and keep the engine, push the engine start button. I'm gonna close the cover. I'm gonna turn on the ADF. The ADF used to work in my solo player missions, it doesn't seem to be working in this one. But, well, we're not gonna need the ADF. We can actually tune in to, let's quickly check the F10 map. So we're facing north, we have to go, it's pretty easy to get to the runway. Oil pressure is still not okay, but we're gonna be there soon. I'm sorry if I'm talking too fast, but basically this is also a test for myself to see how fast can I get to the target. Oil pressure still a bit low. Waiting for the engine to stabilize. The lights should go off. Okay, all lights are off. We're gonna tell the chief to turn off the ground power, the wheel chocks. But anyway, to get to this, let's also... Okay, so that's the guided missiles. You heard the tone, so if you've ever fired a Sidewinder, this is the same thing. The AA-2 is a copy of the Sidewinder B, so let's go. Again, this is a scrambling mission, so I didn't do all the normal checks you would do on the ground. The plane is supposedly prepared by the ground crew. Okay, let's see if there's any traffic coming from the taxiway. Hopefully not. Let's unlatch the landing gear. We're gonna have to go very quick on this one. Okay, no traffic. On the taxiway, nothing coming from the right, so there's a Tu-95 Bear over there. There's a lot of throttle work on taxiing the MiG-19 because she wants to go very fast. So, and I've kind of fallen in love with it. Okay, let's give it a bit of takeoff trim. Okay, we're gonna turn here. I actually have tried this mission before, but I was not successful, so that's why I also took the additional fuel tanks. That was my problem the last time. The fuel I was given was not enough. Yeah, one thing I need to remember actually all the time on the MiG-19 is to set the landing gear lever to neutral each time I try to take off, because I forget it up and then I lose hydraulic fluid and then we will not have brakes on the ground. Okay, and let's zero out the barometric altimeter and set out our radar altimeter to 200 meters. I think we are ready to go, and we're going to switch to channel 1. This is ground control interception, and there we go. Gonna throttle her up. We already should have rudder authority on the ground, because this thing accelerates like a bullet. Afterburners should come on now. Forgive me, I had actually forgotten about to turn on the afterburners, so... Okay, and we're gonna raise the landing gear. Okay, so we know he's on heading 164. We're gonna start to turn while we climb. Landing gear to neutral. Flaps to reset. Our radar is warming up, so we're gonna just use this in the last bits of the interception, just so we can find them, because like the MiG-21's radar, this has actually a limited amount of cooling fluid, so... And let's see if we can talk to the AWACS. We have an AWACS going on. Let's... Alright, let's see. It's about 160, that should be fine. He's at 151. At 12,000 meters climbing, and his own heading is 080. So let's see. I haven't really done much air-to-air, but I kind of got inspired with the MiG-19. So, all right. Altitude right down the line. Okay, we're climbing. It's the same altimeter actually the MiG-21 has, the same instruments. Hello viewers, how are you guys doing? Anyway, thank you for tuning in. This might be a little bit boring, but I just decided since I really want to learn the MiG-19, I was a... Okay, where is he at? He is at 136, bearing 136, so let's do our turn. Our speed's good, we're gonna get him. He doesn't fly this fast, but 136 degrees, this should be about right. Okay, let's trim her out for climb. Fuel indicator's fine. We actually have another 750 liters. Oh, actually, apologies. 1,500 liters extra of fuel in the fuel tanks. This is not a dogfight, so since this is a bomber, I thought the extra fuel tanks might be a good addition to the flight. Okay, let's keep talking to him. He's at heading 109 for 35 degrees. Okay, need to keep an eye out on the heading indicator. Okay, should be about, that's 110, that should be about there. So if he's at 109, that means he's heading to the right. Okie dokie. So let's see if we can get him. Let's turn on the radar. See if we can actually see anything. Nothing on the radar so far. Go back to standby. We should be able to see his contrails at least. Apologies, I needed to move my track IR camera a little bit. So it actually... Okay, I don't see him. This turns a bit. Okay, let's keep talking to our AWACS because he is our basically eyes out there. At bearing 042. Cold. Okay, let's try to go to 042. Need to check out my HSI. Okay, let's... Now, I'm not sure if the Russian AWACS gives you the at least the altitude in meters. That's something I haven't really learned yet, how the Russian AWACS works. I assume it's in meters because the Russian Air Force uses metric systems, so... Okay, let's put on the radar and see if we get anything. We are on the right heading. And we're already doing about close to 7,000 meters and climbing. Let's see, where is he? He's at 024. Okay, so let's turn to 024 then. Okay, so he's not sitting still. So I was right, he's going towards my left. Oh, that's a bit too much. Let's try to level her off a bit. Let's see if we can find this guy. Nothing on the radar, but I'm hoping I can actually get some visual contact on him.
Первый. 101. Дайте курс на ближайшую цель.
So he's at 012. Okay, so let's go to 012 then. Now, if I'm doing this wrong, I don't know, because HSI for this Russian plane is a bit confusing. Usually the top side is showing that your actual heading, and I think, oh yeah, the radar's on standby. I did put it on standby, or did I? Yes, it is on standby. Okay, because I don't want to use all my cooling liquid, so let's see if we can find him. I don't see him. I mean, I don't see anything.
Первый. 101. Дайте курс на ближайшую цель.
He's at 8,000 broad bearing range altitude. So he's at 28 kilometers on heading 328. Let's see if we can find him at 8,000 meters. I don't see him. Let's see, can we find him? Can we find him? That's the key point, finding him, because if he escapes, I still need to tune up my track IR a little bit. It's not exactly properly set yet, but it's usable, so okay, let's try to level this thing off. Where is this guy? He's not on radar. I don't see his smoke contrail anywhere. He should be somewhere to my left, but
Первый. 101. Дайте курс на ближайшую цель.
so I need to pay attention. He's at 004. Okay. Bearing range altitude. At 6,000 meters, flanking. Okay. I really need to read more about the AWACS terminology. So let's see. I don't see him. I'm just trying to establish visual contact here because he's not on my radar. Let's go to military power, see if we can find him. Let's talk to this dude here at ground control interception. See if he makes more sense of the word.
Первый. 101. Дайте курс на ближайшую цель.
He's at 146. What? He's at 7,000 cold. Okay. What is this guy doing? How is he so fast? That's the question. One, 4, 6. I should see at least see his contrails, but so he's heading kind of southeast, but I don't know where he is. I wish I did though. I have a few words with him. Let's see. Okay, fuel quantity is fine. We have more than enough fuel. Okay. Let's try using the locking radar and see if we can find him. Again, I have no idea where he is. He's not on my radar anywhere, but just trying to use the good old Mark 1 eyeball and... Okay, radar back to standby.
Первый. 101. Дайте курс на ближайшую цель.
Is it 171, bearing 171? I think I'm going the right direction. So he's going south. I merged, okay. Where is he? I shouldn't really be merged, but well, I don't see him. Okay, let's put on the radar and the locking and tracking radars. Nope, he's not there.
Первый. 101. Дайте курс на ближайшую цель.
He's at 9,000 meters. What? Bearing 331? What the hell is this? Yeah, my track IR is a bit malfunctioning at the moment. This is a bit annoying. 331. Where is this guy going? Seriously. I don't see him at all. And I don't really... This radar's not exactly helpful. The fact that I don't really understand yet the meaning between bearing and heading is probably also another thing. I've been trying to find the hell out what it is. Well, where is this guy? He's at 9,000 meters. Okay, I'm at 6,000. I'll climb. Okay, closing on to 7,000 meters. Let's see if we can find him.
Первый. 101. Дайте курс на ближайшую цель.
295. Okay, let's try to go to 295 then. Okay, I don't see anything there, so... I think my radar just ran out of coolant. So I'm gonna set it back to standby. And Is this so really hard to maintain a bloody altitude? 295. Well, I'm not a 295, but I think close enough. Let's see, where is this guy? I'm probably the most annoying interceptor pilot at the moment.
101. Дайте курс на ближайшую цель.
He's at 275 for 60. Okay, that's 275-ish. 275, so he's going west. Now, where is this guy? Well, radar's out of coolant. This is something I don't like about the MiG-19. The radar can last only so little time. I will have to again rely on the ground control interception.
101. Дайте курс на ближайшую цель.
268, okay. 11,000 meters cold. And he's not leaving any contrails. Okay, let's climb. 268, so let's see if we can.
Первый. 101. Дайте курс на ближайшую цель.
$265 for 60. What the hell? Now I'm a little bit confused. Am I really too high? What is my actual altitude? According to this, it's about 8,000 meters, but... Okay, where is this guy? I'm at 54,000 feet and I can't find him. Now, it would be sucky if the Russian GCI would actually give me the altitude in feet, because that would basically defeat the point. When you have a plane with metric system, but you get the altitude in feet.
Первый. 101. Дайте курс на ближайшую цель.
262. He's still at... I don't get it. 12,000. How high can a B-52 go? That's the question. I have no idea. So guys, what am I doing wrong? I mean, I think I'm not going on the right heading, but almost the right heading. The controller said he's on a bearing 262. So what's the difference between bearing and heading? That's the question. That's something I have no idea. So guys, if you actually know and want to correct me, this is probably a waste of time because I will never be able to get to the target. What is bearing versus heading? I have no idea how to anything to write about this. So wait, okay. Horizontal angle between the direction of an object and another object, and that is that of true north. Absolute bearing refers to an angle between magnetic north. Okay, so I was actually I was going completely wrong here. 262 degrees. So when I was told that means I would have to turn 262 degrees to find the target. I think not going a certain heading.
Первый. 101. Дайте курс на ближайшую цель.
So let's see. He's at bearing 233, so I need to turn 233 degrees. Okay, so let's see. So I was at... I need to turn almost north, it appears. Okay, so that's something I did not know. Bearing and heading is something I did not know. I always assumed they were the same thing. I'm going too slow. So let's see, I don't think I can find them, and the radar's out of coolant, which I'm a bit sore about. I keep having to adjust this track IR because it doesn't seem to read my head movements to the left so well. I'm really bad at this, guys. Again, I have almost no idea what I'm doing with the whole bearing and versus heading thing. It just seems a bit difficult. Maybe the math itself is not difficult, but I'm just an idiot, as usual. I mean, me being an idiot is not new, but... Okay, so let's try to level her off here. Okay, let's see, before it starts, she starts going high again. I trimmed it out so much, it's not even funny anymore. And I'm going on full afterburner. Luckily I have fuel, so... So, let's see.
Первый. 101. Дайте курс на ближайшую цель.
What? 218, okay. I'm a bit confused. So how does this work? How does bearing work? Because I turned 233 degrees. Is he actually going southwest? That's the thing. I could of course use the map and cheat. And yes, he's going southwest. I was right in the beginning, but apparently I misread the information online. He is already almost out of the radar range, so that's pretty bad. Well, that's pretty sucky from me. Here I am thinking I'm an awesome pilot and I have no idea what bearing and heading is. And how to fly a plane to a new to follow a target on a different bearing. I make the motherland ashamed with my skills. I make myself ashamed with my skills. Or lack thereof. Okie dokie. So where is this guy? I keep asking the AWACS. My radar's out of order. So.
Первый. 101. Дайте курс на ближайшую цель.
205. Okay, does this mean I have to turn to heading 205? Or... this is so complicated. See guys, this is why I like ground pounding. It's so much easier. You don't have to think and do all the math necessary for interception and... Well, I guess it's not too complicated, I just don't know what I'm doing. Again, of course, feel free to chit-chat, that's why I'm here, and that's why I'm doing these things. Okay, so I'm flying at heading of 300. Where is this guy? Seriously.
Первый. 101. Дайте курс на ближайшую цель.
299 degrees. But 299 takes me, well, 199 takes me over land and to the south. Which is what it's supposed to do. Never mind my mistake. Yeah, I think we've lost this B-52. Basically, the guy came in, did his thing, and we lost him. I've been just twirling in one spot for a very long time. Because I don't know what's bearing and what's heading and how to fly BRA interception. I thought I can. I thought I'm smart enough. Apparently I'm not. Oh well, it's okay. I'm just an idiot farmer, right? I realize for many of you this is very boring because all I'm doing is flying around, but I'm unable to find the target, so yeah, I think he is just gone. He's not even on radar anymore. Yeah, okay, I think I can just leave him be. Anyway, I would like to thank you all for tuning into this, how to call it, this failure of an interception. I completely failed at it. So the plane completely escaped my judgment, to put it that way. He's going home and he's accomplished his objective. I have not. I guess I need a bit more. I need to do a bit more reading on how these things work. Mainly how BRA works and how to use it. Because I did not know. I thought it's bearing and heading are the same thing. I actually was almost right, to an extent. Anyway, thank you all for tuning in for my failed interception. The cow thieves have escaped, sadly. They have stolen our cows, and now they're going back to Turkey. Sadly, I have to go home and, see if I can avoid all the red tape and not being taken to the gulag. Anyway, thank you all so much for tuning in. I hope you have enjoyed yourselves, and I hope you've managed to learn a few lessons from my mistakes. I sure as hell know I have. I have to do a lot of reading on how air interception works and how to use it. Anyway, thank you all for tuning in, and I'll see you soon. Remember, if you do like my content, and if you just want to...
Alright!
Hey, thank you, SV Tranger. Thank you so much for following. Anyway, if you like my content and so on, feel free to follow and stay tuned for more MiG-19 content. And of course, if you have any comments, feel free to send me a private message. I will be happy to answer you as long as, of course, we keep it polite. Anyway, tuning in, and hopefully I avoid the gulag. I will see you in the next one.